Welcome to EyeSpy360's Best Practice Guide, where we are going to show you all the top tips and tricks on how to take the best 360 photos for your 360 tour, 3D model and 2D floor plan. Before you start taking your 360 photos, you'll want to set up your camera and tripod. Now we recommend for your camera height to be around eye level, so you'll want your tripod height to be around 5 foot or 1.5 meters. Now this measurement is important as we'll use it as a guideline when generating your floor plan dimensions. However, once you've taken that measurement, all you need to do is maintain that height throughout the property for all your other photos. When you're ready to start taking your 360 photos, set up your tripod in the entrance hall or hallway to your property. You will then need to take one 360 photo in the middle of each room on that floor. Now we recommend moving around the floor in a clockwise fashion to make sure you capture each and every room. Then we suggest to start on the lowest floor of the property, whether that's the first floor or potentially the basement, and then working your way up. Now this is a fantastic way to make sure you really are capturing every single space and you don't miss a room. Now, of course, every property is different, so it may not be possible for you to move in that clockwise direction on each floor of the property. Do not worry if that's the case. Just make sure that you are getting one 360 photo in the middle of each room throughout your property. When taking your 360 photos, do make sure to take photos of any hallways or connecting spaces throughout the property. Inside these photos, you'll want to make sure that any entrances, exits or doorways are visible inside your photo. Now ideally, we'll be able to see inside each doorway. However, this is not essential, so don't worry if not, but do try if possible. The most important thing to do inside your property when taking your 360 photos is to make sure that all of the internal doors inside the property are left open when you're taking your photos. This means you can clearly see inside each room throughout the property, and it helps create the best viewer experience possible for your clients. Do also make sure that if you have any exterior parts of your property, that you take 360 photos there as well. So we can certainly use 360 photos of exterior spaces inside your 360 tour. However, please note that these won't be a part of your 3D model or 2D floor plan. Now with exterior photos, all you need to do is make sure there is a clear line of sight between each exterior photo. So say for example, you take a photo outside the front door of the property. You would then want your next exterior photo to be able to clearly see the front door from where you take it. That would be the clear line of sight between the two photos. When taking your 360 photos, you're going to want to place your camera in the middle of each room. So for an average sized room of 6 meters or less in width, you're only going to need one photo per room, as that will fully capture everything inside that space. Now, of course, sometimes it isn't possible to take your 360 photos in the middle of a room. There may be pieces of furniture in the way, for example. If that's the case, do take a look at these examples here. So if there is a piece of furniture, like a bed in the middle of the room, you can place your 360 camera in either of these two positions, adjacent to that piece of furniture and as close to the center of the room to capture your 360 photo. Now say inside one of your spaces, you have a worktop or dining room table. You are able to take a 360 photo on top of that worktop or dining room table by placing your tripod on top of that and then adjusting the height. Now you'll want to adjust the height so it is the same as the tripod height when it is on the floor. So if your tripod height on the floor is 5 foot, you'll then want the tripod height to be 5 foot from the floor to the top of the tripod on top of the worktop or table. It is very important to make sure you maintain your tripod height throughout the property. Alternatively, if you are unable or you don't want to set up your tripod on top of a table or worktop, you can set it up so it's adjacent to that object inside the room, as demonstrated in this example here. If you have an L-shaped space, whether that's a room or a hallway, you'll need to take your 360 photo in a position where you can see all different parts of that room and nothing is cut off by a wall. So if you take a look at this example here, this is the ideal camera placement for an L-shaped room or hallway. So you're able to see down both lengths of the room and nothing is obscured. Now say for example you have an L-shaped room that has multiple rooms inside it, say for an open plan property, like in this demo. If this is the case, you'll need to take one 360 photo inside each room. So for this example, you'll need a 360 photo in the kitchen, lounge, and dining room to fully capture this space. Now, if you have a space that is larger than 6 meters in length, then you'll need to take an extra 360 photo for each 6 meter distance, as displayed in this example here. If you have an exceptionally large space, you want to divide that space into 6 meter areas, as you can see in this example here. Now, inside each 6 meter area, you will need one 360 photo taken in the middle of that area. Now to run through a quick checklist of things to avoid when taking your 360 photos. So don't take any photos inside doorways, next to walls, windows, or in the corner of a room, simply because you don't get the best 360 photos that way. Do also make sure that when you're taking your photos, you have bright lighting conditions, so the lights in the house are turned on and any windows have their blinds open. Finally, as I've mentioned before, do make sure that your tripod height is around 5 foot or 1.5 meters. Last but not least, a few things to check before you leave the property. First and foremost, make sure that you have a 360 photo of every room inside the property. So that includes individual rooms, as well as hallways and connecting spaces, and then spaces like walk-in wardrobes that you definitely want inside your 360 tour. Secondly, say for example you have a master bedroom with an ensuite bathroom, you'll want to make sure that if you have a 360 photo of the master bedroom, just because you can see the ensuite bathroom doesn't mean you have a 360 photo of it. So do make sure you have a photo of both the master bedroom and the ensuite bathroom, just to make sure you're giving that complete virtual tour experience for your clients and everything is fully visible. Last but not least, if you wish to take more than one 360 photo per room inside your tour, you can certainly do so at your own discretion. We will use all of your 360 photos inside your 360 tour. However, we will only use the photo taken in the middle of each room for your 3D model and 2D floor plan. Thank you so much for watching our best practice guide, and do make sure if you've enjoyed this video to like, leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, if you have any questions or queries at all, you can reach out to our support team via email at support@EyeSpy360.com. You can also reach out to us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram just by looking up our handle at EyeSpy360. Thank you again so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.